it cuts Drake's soul. It's like he signed his soul to the devil to not be cool with me, to have to this is his job to go against God. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien and Universal.
So this man right here is Sir Lucien Charles Grant. He's been the CEO of Universal Music Group since 2010, so you know he done seen some shit. So I had to go to the damn documents. I had to see if this man was actually named, and he is. As you can see, it says Lucien Charles Grant, and it also says Universal Music Group.
Kim Kardashian is making headlines after being caught on camera at Diddy's party, and the leaked footage has everyone talking. Released by CNN, the clip shows Kim letting loose, sparking a whirlwind of speculation and scandal. Diddy's star-studded bash, filled with Hollywood elites, is now overshadowed by the viral moment. Fans are debating how the video surfaced, with questions swirling about privacy and journalistic ethics. Kim and Diddy's history of rumored drama, from fashion shade to love triangle whispers, only adds fuel to the fire. This leak has the internet buzzing, and all eyes are on how Kim will respond.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Shit. I kind of get one here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me, one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
oh, because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan, to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that no one's ever heard. Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. And, like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Kat. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are lies. This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show.
When CNN dropped that footage of Kim cutting loose at Diddy's party, the internet lost its mind. People started speculating, are they still feuding, secretly close, or was Kim sending some kind of message with her wild behavior? Theories are all over the place. But here's the thing, this isn't just juicy gossip, it could have serious consequences. Kim's a business mogul with an empire to protect, and being caught on camera like this could affect her brand. Plus, the legal fallout for CNN leaking private footage, that's a slippery slope. Regardless, Kim knows how to keep us guessing just when we think we've seen it all. She finds a way to surprise us.
There being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal, it's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built.
So
all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get that?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But
I know why all are dying to know what Kim was really up to at Diddy's party, what she wore, who she talked to, and if there were any wild interactions with other celebs. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to break down the juiciest moments from that leaked footage. The context alone was crazy, but trust me, the video has even more scandalous surprises. It's packed with so many jaw-dropping moments, it's hard to know where to start. Let's dive right in and get into the most talked about clips from that unforgettable night.
space. No. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay, let's get to your upbringing. We're gonna circle back and we'll get some.
I want to protect him real quick because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows.
First things first, let's talk about Kim's outfit. She was serving looks all night long, turning heads with a skin tight, barely their dress that left little to the imagination. It was giving I woke up like this vibes, but make it fashion. Kim was definitely out to make a statement, and honey, she nailed it. Now, onto the interactions. The footage shows Kim mingling with all kinds of A-listers, but there were a few moments that really had people talking. At one point, Kim was seen getting real cozy with a mystery man in the corner. They were whispering in each other's ears and giggling like schoolgirls. Who is this guy, and what were they talking about? The people want to know.
You talk about Cedric.
Joke stealing from Cedric.
Cedric.
Okay,
You had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, yeah. So
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said,
yeah,
I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right, so he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes, but then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 30 times and Cat didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon, I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that?
Kim Kardashian's night at Diddy's party had everyone talking. First, she was caught in an intense conversation with Diddy, sparking rumors about business or something more. But the real highlight was Kim hitting the dance floor twerking, dropping it low, and shaking what she's got. The crowd was loving it. Speculation is running wild. Was Kim sending a message to Kanye, blowing off steam? Or is there a secret arrangement between her and Diddy? Theories are endless, and the drama is just getting started.
Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need another one? You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
Cat, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I'm favored by God. Like, when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man. So, you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want.
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump faked like I want. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like, you can't really have types.
Kim's behavior that night was telling. She had a mischievous glint in her eye, almost like she knew she was being watched and wanted to be caught on camera. Was she creating buzz or simply letting loose? Only Kim knows for sure. The footage gives us a rare look at her unfiltered side, a stark contrast to her usual polished persona. It's raw, unapologetically Kim, and whether you love or hate her, you can't deny she knows how to make headlines.
Did you ever see him put his hands on Jennifer Lopez?
Well, he didn't do any violence to Mrs. J-Lo. That's why I didn't see any violence. It's a different breed, bruh. He wasn't going to risk himself like that. And plus, a lot of people didn't like him. J-Lo mother didn't like him. Benny Medina didn't like him. You understand? So now, the first thing, if he would have ever touched Miss Lopez in any kind of aggressive way, she would have said something. Man, listen to me. The whole Bronx would have been on Puff. He didn't treat her like that, bro. He didn't do none of that old crazy stuff, that play fight, that beating them with pillows and all that other shit like that, smothering them and, doing that childish shit. He didn't do that. I never seen him do that with Ms. Lopez at all. So it's a different class. He knew that she was an actress, she was a singer, songwriter, whatever like that, all her accolades. he did put her on a pedestal, but he still was seeing Kim, but he put her on a pedestal. So I don't think that she had those experiences. And then, you know, people only do what you let them do. If he would have did that to her, he would only have one time. You see, when he ran out the club and left her after that shooting at Shine them, she ain't want to be with them no more. Yo, he left her. You know what I mean? So he wasn't going to treat her like, you know, he was treating the rest of them.
But why you think she haven't spoke up yet? Like, I'm sure she know a lot, right?
I don't think Ms. Lopez, I don't think he treated her that way. You know, I don't think he treated her with any aggression like that. And if he did, it wasn't on my watch. He would always like make excuses like she was about to go off a couple of times in the studio because the girls that was up in there was disrespectful to her. So, but I don't think that she has a story where Puff was trying to be abusive or was abusive to her.
I see. But I want to backtrack, right? Because you made a comment, and I want you to go more into detail about it. You said that Diddy, when he was with Jennifer Lopez, he was still seeing Kim Porter?
Yeah. Kim couldn't go nowhere. Kim couldn't go nowhere, bro. Kim couldn't have no relationships. Kim couldn't be at no club. If he called Kim's house, and at this time she had this little Spanish looking girl, and
The internet is going wild over Kim's behavior at Diddy's party, with social media ablaze and hashtags like KimCianimal trending. Fans are having a field day with memes showcasing her wild dance moves, while celebrities who were there have weighed in. Some defend Kim, saying she was just having fun, while others call her behavior reckless and attention-seeking. Rumors are even flying that certain A-listers are secretly jealous of her stealing the spotlight. The drama is far from over, and everyone's waiting to see what the fallout will be.
She might have a case. She might have a case. It was Christian babysitter. She might get in touch with a lawyer. Whew. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
His babysitter, what's the deal with that? What you mean by that?
Kim had a babysitter that Puff had in his pocket, whereas that she would tell everything Kim was doing, every place Kim was going, and I would catch her over at Puff house in the morning, and Christian wasn't there, Justin wasn't there, nobody was there, and I would put her in a cab so she could go home. When I came there some Saturday mornings, Saturday and Sunday morning.
Wow, so the babysitter that was working for Kim Porter, she was going behind her back and telling Diddy everything that she was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So the whole time that him and Jennifer Lopez was dating, he was still seeing Kim Porter and controlling her at the same time.
Everything. Knew everything Kim was doing. He didn't have to have cameras, he had eyes and ears.
And then, of course, there are the celebs who can't resist stirring up their own drama. You know they're always looking for a chance to grab the spotlight. Like this one rapper who shall remain nameless, who took to Twitter to make slick comments about Kim's outfit being too revealing. Sir, maybe you should focus on your own wardrobe first.
You're right, man. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, you got a good point, man. Why is TD Jakes at a Diddy party? I mean, it don't make no sense, man.
Well, you know, I grew up in the church, bruh. You understand? Pentecostal church, then Baptist, Methodist. I've been in all the churches, man. You know, I almost was a 7-day evangelist. But what I do know, the sinners do not. The saints supposed to separate themselves from the sinners. You could tell the difference between a saint and a sinner. You understand? So him being up in a Diddy party And it wasn't like that he wasn't partying, because the tape that I saw, he was dancing. And I'm like, wow, this the fuck, excuse me, this the Rev at the Diddy party? I wonder who he laying hands on, who he saved. But all jokes aside, man, you know, the saints supposed to be separate from the sinners. There's no way that you know what happens in Diddy party and you supposed to be a Christian. You understand? You supposed to be his spiritual advisor and you up in this party. Well, why are you there? Because it ain't like he can't come to your church, he can't come to your office. And I know that, you know, you are a part of Revolt. You understand? But are you looking for something else up in there? We just gonna hope that he ain't looking for the same thing Eddie Long was looking for.
You knowing Diddy, right? You've been knowing him since the beginning. Like, what happened, man? Like, what made him get into all this freaky stuff? Like him making his girl look up BBCs and him making male prostitutes smash his girl. Like, what happened, man? Like, I'm sure he was a normal dude at first. Like, what made him get into all this weirdo stuff?
Bro, one individual is not here to defend himself, and that's Andre Harrell. Russell Simmons was one of his mentors too. What is Russell Simmons going through? He's going through women saying that he was abusive, women saying that they raped him, women saying that he drugged them. If you learn things like that from the people that you're around, the people that you hold high regards to, then you're going to become what they were. And with the fact that you taking drugs and everything now.
The real question everyone's asking is how Kim and Diddy will respond to this footage leak. Will they downplay it and brush it off, or will they take legal action against CNN? So far, both of their teams have been quiet about it. Kim's rep issued a vague statement, claiming she was just having fun with friends at a private event. Sure, Jan. But we all saw the footage, and there was definitely more going on than just friendly fun.
It'll go rapid on you. And that's what happened to him, bro. Yo, I seen Puff smoke cigarettes, smoke weed on camera, and that wasn't the same dude that I knew. So I'm looking at this dude like, yo, all he did was go to the third to the fourth power with this shit. He had it in him because he learned it from the beginning by seeing them and by being around them. And that's Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell now, being at those parties.
So Russell Simmons and Andre Harrell is where Diddy got it from. Like all these wild parties and all this freaky stuff, it came from them.
Well, bro, yeah, that's where he got it from. Andre ain't here to defend himself, but he was giving wild parties. They were doing things like that. My man Bill was his bodyguard. So they was doing things like that. So now you got women that came out and said Russell Simmons was doing stuff like that. But Russell Simmons said, I wasn't doing that because I took 7, 8, 9 lie detector tests and I passed them. Yeah, Russell, you also studied your into that Buddhism and that yoga stuff like that, so you know how to control your body to let you know so you don't have any kind of panic mode when you take those tests. Keep it a buck. That's why you got into that Zen shit. You take a lie detector test, it's not going to come up because you know how to control your body.
Wow, I never thought about that, man. So that's why he be passing all these lie detector tests.
Yeah, because he studied yoga, he studied Zen, he studied all those, that Buddhism thing, all that shit right there, that learn how to control his breathing, his mind, his whole 9 yards. That's why when guys, you know, if you ever seen somebody giving polygraph tests, and they used to do it in our office and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? They have to ask you questions that you know that you're going to tell the truth at, and questions that you know that you're going to lie to. So all he did was master that by mastering the control of his body.
Diddy, on the other hand, has been eerily silent, which is surprising given how much he loves being part of the celebrity gossip scene. It makes you wonder what he's really thinking. Is he mad at Kim for causing a scene at his party, or is he secretly enjoying the attention it's generating? With Diddy, you never know. But here's the thing, as wild as Kim's behavior was in that footage, is it really that shocking? The woman knows how to make headlines. She's been in the game long enough to know that any publicity is good publicity, and let's face it, the Kardashians thrive off scandal. It keeps them relevant in the ever-changing world of celebrity culture.
Do you think Diddy should be held accountable?
No doubt. I didn't think that way, because I too was traumatized in a way, to be totally honest. When you pull somebody out the car and they done pissed and they done shit on themselves, and you got that dead weight in your hand, and you gotta sit down there and tell this man mother, what you heard, what you saw, after this dude that lied to his mother. That's trauma, bro. I don't care how hard you is. And Biggie ain't the only dude that I've seen get murdered at a party, or being murdered. But he's the only one that I had to grab in my hands and carry and help put him on a gurney, a stretcher. He's the only one that I gotta constantly hear his music on the radio. He's the only one that I can't get Miss Wallace out of my mind when she grabbed both of my hands and said, I don't want to hear no more, with tears in her eyes, man. To have an experience like that for probably and arguably the world's greatest rapper of all time, that's crazy, bruh. So now, he's responsible for not having enough security. He's responsible for having Big there. He's responsible for not listening to security by telling them, if we go to this party, one of us gonna die tonight. Somebody gonna get killed tonight. They coming to kill us, Puff. I want these kids to know ain't no party that big. Ain't no party that good. Ain't no party you should go.
This footage of Kim Kardashian at Diddy's party has set the media world ablaze. With every talk show and gossip blog dissecting her every move, the memes and speculation are non-stop. Love her or hate her, Kim knows how to make headlines, and this incident is no exception. The aftermath will surely be messy legal battles, PR nightmares, and possibly broken friendships. The question on everyone's mind now: what's next? Will Kim spill more secrets, or will Diddy break his silence? One thing's for sure, this drama is far from over, and we're all watching closely. Stay tuned.
You feel or you told that you may not go home. He owed Ms. Wallace. He owed Ms. Wallace. And I didn't feel that way at first until I heard it said on another YouTube show when Clark Kent said that Big told him the only reason he was going to that party is because D-Rock and Puff set it up for them to go.
And you said when you got Biggie out the car, he was what?
My man, he had urinated and he had shitted on himself.
Wow, man. So with all that being said, what do you think should happen to Diddy for Biggie murder?
Like I said, I'm not the judge, I'm not the jury. I think that way back then, because of Arista Records and Bad Boy, knowing that there was threats, and you heard Puff lie a couple of times in the past, I didn't know. Nobody told us. We was just young. You knew. You heard him lie as if you didn't know. And then he put his boys, Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrow, right over there in Miss Waller's ear. Whereas that she should have been filing a lawsuit against Clyde Davis and Arista and Bad Boy Records for the death of her son. Because they did not have the proper security for the Notorious Big. In the height of what was determined the East Coast, West Coast war in hip hop. So what they should do, it's too late for that now. What should happen? God gotta decide that, bro.
Wow. Is there any charges they can put on Diddy for Biggie's murder?
No, they don't. They know, LAPD know who killed Big. They made a deal that those records will never be released in our time. We'll all be gone. All the people who was probably around there is 50 years. They sealed those records for 50 years. And then if they still seal them, and the 50 years come up, and the 50 years come time, that don't mean they got to release the records. Look what they did to John F. Kennedy. His files. The 50 years was up. What they went back and they closed it. They closed it back again.
One thing's for sure, this footage has opened up a whole new can of worms in the world of celebrity gossip. The memes, jokes, and speculations are just getting started. The Kardashians are no strangers to controversy, and this is just another chapter in their never-ending saga of drama. Grab your popcorn and get ready for the next juicy scandal to drop because, in the world of Hollywood, there's always something new to talk about. We'll be here to spill all the tea as it happens. Stay tuned, because the aftermath of Kim and Diddy's party antics is about to get wild.
The crazy thing is, Hollywood wanted her to be the Latina Julia Roberts. Why didn't she go that route? Why did she have to make music?
I think because she's too much of a nigga and it's hard for her to be that feminine all the time.
Damn.
She do this.
Well, she a Leo. She can't help it.
Julia Roberts is a tomgirl, but she's demure.
You're
Don't
right.
matter how much you dress a pig up, it's still gonna be pig. It's never gonna be a swan. It's just gonna be a pig. Really, dressed real nice. Look at Mary. You can dress it. You can color it. You can pluck it. You can stitch it. You can suck it. You can vacuum it. You can feel it. You can put all the most beautiful adornments in the world. That bitch could be wearing $20 million in diamond, $100,000 coat, $200,000 shoes, and $25,000 worth of couture gown, and she'd still smell like Yonkers Projects.
Damn! Oh my God.
Fuck you want me to say? You still smell like Yonkers, Mary. Why you don't like that? Yonkers loves you. Nah, you just run around looking for sympathy from rich white people.
Oh God.
Black power. Fuck you mean?
That is hilarious. Wait, but what? Okay, so I've never been to Yonkers. What is Yonkers like? What's a typical Yonkers girl? Every
It's
borough
like,
has its own
all
stereotype.
right, now where did you grow up?
Illinois.
Yonkers is Maywood. Yonkers would be like Maywood.
Now, if you really want to dive deeper into the shady world of celebrity parties and behind-the-scenes drama, You've got to check out our video on how Kanye West exposed Kim's alleged fling with Meek Mill and Diddy. Talk about a scandal within a scandal, it's all connected, honey. Don't miss out on the full story.